Bird here with Bird's Piano Academy. In this lesson I'm going to teach you 3 amazing tips so that by the end of the video you'll be able to improvise like I was just then. I'm going to take you through the really cool left hand patterns, I'll teach you which scales to use in your right hand, and we're also going to go over some exercises that will help you to bring all of the tips I'm teaching you together. Let's get started. So here is the first tip, and it is about understanding how to build and play that really cool left hand pattern that I was playing in the example at the start of the video. And if you understand how to build it, you can apply it to any improvisation you're using and any chord progression. This one. So, it's using the intervals 1st, 5th, octave, 10th, and then you go back down to the octave 5th, then you go 1st, 5th, octave 10. So if we apply that to the E minor, and you can apply it to any of your own chords eventually, but E minor, so middle C here, we're starting 2 octaves below on the E. So first, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then octave, so 1st, 5th, octave, and then over onto the 10 with your second finger. So you're going to go 1st, 5th, octave, 10th, with your second finger, come back underneath with your thumb on the octave, 5th, and then you go 1st, 5th, octave, 10th, like this. And then the counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you've technically got 2 empty beats there, or you hold that top 10th on that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you just need to apply that pattern to the other chords. So C major, 1st, 5th, octave, 10th, octave, 5th, 1st, 5th, octave, 10, 2, 3. Then to the G major, 1st, 5th, octave, 10, octave, 5th, 1st, 5th, octave, 10. And now the D major. So far, luckily, it's all been white keys, but you apply this interval to the scale. So if it's E minor, you would apply it to the E minor scale, or if it's C major, be C major. This one is D major, which has got an F sharp involved. So you'll see this will come into play. Ready? 1st, 5th, octave 8, but then the 10th is 8, 9, 10. So it is a black key on the F sharp there. So just have that in mind if you're applying it to other chords. It applies to the scale, according to the chord. According to the chord. Anyway, that's a bit of a mix of words, isn't it? Chord, according to the chord. Anyway, so 1st, 5th, octave, 10, octave, 5th. Okay, so that's the pattern. So you may have to practice that separately at first, go nice and slow until you feel really comfortable playing it. And then we can look at the next tip. And that is to improvise on top of that left hand pattern with a mixture of notes from the E minor pentatonic scale, which is E, G, A, B, D, and a very similar scale, just the E natural minor, which is this: E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. I think it sounds quite nice moving between them, because you can play notes from the E natural minor, but then if you apply the E pentatonic, it sounds quite cool because you've got that kind of bluesy element. Skipping out that C there. So to go over that a little bit more slowly, the E pentatonic minor, you've got E, G, A, B, D, and you could just use all of your 5 fingers for that because a pentatonic scale has 5 notes. So you could just do that, or you could go underneath. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you've got the ability to do those licks on top. And you can go up octaves as well. Depends what fingering you want to do, but you can go 1, 2, 3 underneath with your thumb on the B to take you into a higher register. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So practice that E minor pentatonic with the different fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and also 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you can practice going up an octave as well. And then the E natural minor scale, if you don't know it already, is E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. And it is actually the same as the G major, but starting on a different position. The same notes. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. So you could technically play the G major scale as well, and it would still sound pretty cool. So this depends on your current level of ability. You may just be able to start playing around with this scale on top. You might just be able to throw those techniques together and be able to do it. But some of you might not. Some of you might need some more help in putting this together. So now I'm going to give you some help. So here's a quick exercise just to get you used to playing those scales with the left hand pattern. So what I want you to do is I want you to put your right hand on the E minor, and if you were to play through the whole scale, technically you'd go 1, 2, 3, thumb underneath, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But just for this exercise, I want you to go E, F sharp, G, and I want you to skip out the A and go straight to the B, like this, with fingers 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay? And then you can repeat that round. 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 5, 3, 2, 1. Now, bear with me a second. This is going to help you put these hands together. So, if you apply that to every single change in your left hand, every single note you play, it's just a way to get you playing with both hands at the same time, and just to get you used to, you know, synchronizing your hands together, like this. And you can still stay on the right hand E part there, and you can move the left hand chord. So can you see how that works first of all? You're playing every single one of those notes, skipping out the A with that left hand pattern. And then you can carry on. Just going to speed up a bit. So doing that exercise will hopefully just ease you in to playing over the top of that left hand pattern, because sometimes it isn't easy for people just to throw in a scale on top of a left hand. You need some way to ease into it. And in the example at the start, I was also playing around with this cool cross rhythm. This one. Okay, so I think that kind of rhythm sounds really cool, and I'm just going to explain it to you, just so you know how to play that rhythm. So what I'm actually doing is I'm playing on the 1 and the 4. So if you're counting the left hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm playing on the 1 and the 4. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you can just carry on with that rhythm, playing on the 1 and the 4. So here's the next exercise, just to get you used to playing that really cool rhythm. And what it is you're going to play the E minor pentatonic scale all the way from there 2 octaves and back down to the middle there. So here's the fingering, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Come underneath with your 1 to get your thumb in position. Underneath with your 1 on the B. And then up, back down, over with your 3. And then you can repeat the E there, because that timing will fix in there. And if you do it together on the 1 and the 4 with that left hand pattern, watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. I'm going to play it a bit faster now, but you can go through that nice and slow at your own pace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. That. And if that is a bit too hard for you, what you can do is just take the first 4 notes of the E minor pentatonic scale and play the same thing on the 1 and the 4. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I was getting out of breath then. Right. So, that is the sort of second tip. It's something you can do. You can play those 2 scales over that left hand pattern, and you can use those exercises to help you with the rhythm, and eventually you can play around with the rhythm as much as you want, and obviously you can play around with the scales as well. Now the third tip is even more advanced, and it's something I did in the example at the start as well, and it is a pattern that you can use to improvise harmonies, and I think it sounds really cool. And the pattern is a first, a third and an octave. Like this. First, second, third, and then octave. So if it's an E, you do an E octave. And I think it's easy to do this with the first, second, and fifth fingers. Thumb, index, and 5. Okay? So then if you're doing this harmonisation pattern, sounds really cool, I think. So one thing you need to be sure of is the scale with that F sharp, because if you're moving around, you need to play the F sharp when you come to it. You don't go to the natural, so it's not all white keys. And another thing, when you're playing this, there's these things called avoid notes when you're improvising. So sometimes, for example, if you were to do this pattern, but you were to start, let's just say, on an A, C, A there, but we just start that mixed in with the E. It doesn't quite work, does it? You hear that? It feels like it needs to move somewhere or resolve. So you can start and like on one of these avoid notes, but then it needs to resolve. So resolve it towards notes in the chord. So here you've got an A, C, A, but the chord is an E minor. So if you started there, you'd go move towards notes of that chord. So that's something to keep in mind, and something you can do when improvising with this harmony to help you to try and avoid the avoid notes, if that makes sense, is start with your thumb on whatever the left hand chord pattern is. So for example, if you're starting with the E part, you could start with the thumb on an E with that shape. And then the rest of them would be passing notes. And then here, you've got a C, so you could move your right hand thumb up to the C with that shape. The next one is a G, so you move your right hand to the G. And so on. So you don't have to do it every time, but it might help you just kind of find your positioning rather than kind of jumping around and guessing. But I'm going to give you another exercise just so you can get used to playing that right hand harmony with that left hand pattern. And we're going to use the same timing as the one before because it kind of like works really well. So what you're going to do is you're going to start from the E and you're going to move up to the F sharp, A and F sharp, and then G, B, G, A, C, A on top, B, D, B on top, C, E, C on top, D, F sharp, D, and then up to the octave above. So like this. It may be worth doing that on your own first of all, and you can come down as well. And then you apply that to the left hand pattern, playing on the 1 and the 4, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to repeat the E on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you can play it as many times as you want. I'm going to play it again without the counting. So hopefully that will help you to get used to playing that right hand harmony with that big stretch on top of the left hand pattern. And eventually you can just put them all together and jump between them. So you've got the E minor pentatonic scale, and then you've got the E natural minor scale, and then you probably won't just be playing up and down that scale, just jump around the notes a bit. Just jump around a bit there. And then the harmonization. You can jump around. And so on. So yeah, there's quite a few things for you to think about there. So depending on your level of ability, you might have to spend more time practicing the different bits separately. But overall, I hope you feel like you've learned from this. Please comment below to let me know what you thought of the video, and if there's any other videos you want me to make lessons on. And yeah, please like and click the bell subscribe thing. That'd be really cool. And thanks for watching.